best way to describe PFO. We have spent many a moon coming to, well, I can't really move that, so, how to best talk about PFO to other people, because it has evolved over the years. It's been a very organic process, and now we're in a place where this is it, this is what we do. So there's two questions. There's the who am I, and how will I deal with that at the top. Personal development is really woven throughout everything we do. It's not really a separate piece. It's really a part of all of it. And again, the personal development is how do you want to show up? Who do you want to be? Whoever that is. And we don't tell them this is who you should be. We give them options and have discussion around, what does it mean to show up as a person of increase in every conversation, in every interaction. And different questions around that. We talk a lot about, like in their life talks, they'll talk about comparisons. That's huge for teens. Huge. They're constantly comparing themselves to other people, especially their peers, right? And how do I base my worth on everybody around me? So we talk a lot about that. Then under service, that's the bulk of the program, and we divide it into time, talent, and treasure, right? So like future, philanthropy, time, talent, and treasure. Time is our buddy program, and that's where two teens will pair up and have a child with a disability or their sibling for a year-long experience. That's how they give it their time. How they give it their talent, in the fall, they serve on a committee. And the committees this year are cookbook, children's book, anthology, which is new for us, which I'll tell you about momentarily, photography, and slam poetry. So that's in the fall. In the spring, they are in one of 5 arts experiences. So I don't know if you can see it, it's over here, it's kind of hard to see. So in arts experiences, you're either a part of Heartbeat, which is where we honor our 12 nonprofits each year, or you're in a theater experience. And this year it's either theater or it's musical theater. So it's one of those two. Under Heartbeat, you've got dance, music, visual art. So Heartbeat also, for our 12 nonprofit honorees, which we'll talk about later, the photography is the coffee table book, so their photography goes into that, and it's about the honorees. Slam poetry, each nonprofit will have a slam piece written about them and performed for them. And then dance, they bring their story to life. Music, bring their story to life. And visual art, interpret their story through visual art. So all of these things are for our Heartbeat honorees. That's how that connects together. And then with children's show and musical. Musical we've been doing since PFO started. That's how PFO started. Our first show was Your Good Man, Charlie Brown in 2007. And it's been the one consistent through the years. And then we've tried other things and added other things and all that. This year for the children's show, I think many of you may know this, I might have announced it earlier, I can't remember. The children's book this year, the advisor for that is Ben Elling. And Ben is also our communications coordinator. He just graduated from Chapel Hill. He is back, he's PFO alum himself. And he is heading up that committee, and then we're commissioning Ben to take the story the kids write and turn it into a show. So we will do a world premiere of that show as one of the experiences in the spring. And that'll be at the Actors Theater of Charlotte. One thing that we would absolutely love to do, last year we had a donor buy half of the house for every musical. And it was amazing because we were able to bring in kids who otherwise wouldn't see live theater. So half of the audience for every show, we had kids from Alexandria Youth Network, we had kids from The Relatives, we had kids from Lifespan, we had teens, I should say kids, teens, from all over. It was an incredible experience. So one of the things that we're looking to do this year is have a donor buy half the house for the musical and for the children's show. And with the children's show, every kid who comes as a part of that program would get a book, like the book of the show, to take home with them. So not only are they getting to see a world premiere show, but we're also sending kids home with books. So that's the, I get chills around all this stuff. that's the goal around that. Cookbook and children's book. Cookbook is cookbook, which I'll show you last year in a moment. Anthology, the teens on that committee, there are 16 teens on that committee. They will not find out what committee they're on until Tuesday night. Tuesday night is a very big night of the retreat. It's a very big night. They are to wear plain white because then they're going to be donned their color. Every committee is a color. Now that we're at Creative Campus, there'll be lots of paint involved, so it'll be very messy, very camp-esque. So the anthology committee is going to, every teen in PFO and our board and our advisors are going to be interviewed about somebody outside of PFO that they are grateful for and why. Then those stories are going to be written into an anthology. Then 10 to 15 of those stories are going to be interpreted through art, and we're going to bring them to life at the Night of Gratitude in January. So it's kind of like a mini heartbeat, basically. And then the people who are honored, we're going to let them know, you've been selected as somebody that a teen in PFO is grateful for, and here's why. So that's what's happening with the anthology committee. And then photography and the other ones I told you about. So the tagline, this is something we've been working on, marketing and branding and making sure that we are clear in our message. PFO cultivates innovative leaders and philanthropists. That is what we do. Leader of self before we are leader of others. Leader of our own lives first, and then we're leading others. So when you're describing it, that is the first thing you can say. It is the shortest, most succinct way we can say what we do. PFO cultivates innovative leaders and philanthropists. And the innovative is really important, because part of what we do when we talk about philanthropy is it's not just about giving money. Giving money is fantastic, but being able to bring people's story to life through art, that's innovative, that's different. So tagline, and then time, as short as possible, teams develop a relationship with a child with a disability or their sibling. Talent, teams serve on a committee in the fall and arts experience in the spring. And in treasure, teams participate in the present program. Let me tell you more about ... So that's where, depending on who you're talking to, you might want to talk more about the buddy program, or you might want to talk more about the committee your team's on, or you may want to talk about the arts experience. That is the most succinct way to explain to other people what is PFO. Any questions about that while I take a Diet Coke break? It's like a commercial. It's fabulous. Yeah. You like it? It's only taken 7 years. Okay. But it's good. All right. So next up, we are making, and what I'm showing you are just a few of the changes for this year. So another one of our changes this year is our journey groups. So in the past, teens have had friends and family be on their journey group. And what has happened, what has evolved, which has been really interesting, is they'll just take mom and dad's Christmas list and be like, they're all on my journey. Which we didn't know was happening. We were like, wow, these kids know a lot of people, but okay, maybe it's their whole church, or maybe it's their extended family or something. Anyway, so we've been thinking a lot about that this summer, and what do? So the plan is that your teens are going to have a top 10. It's actually a top 20, but it'll make sense in a second. So they'll have a top 10. Top 10 adults that have had an impact in their life. Grandparents, extended family, teachers, mentors, family, friends. 10. They're going to choose 10. And that's it. We're going to narrow the focus. And also narrow the focus for the teens as well, so they can really develop a relationship with those journey group members. Versus 30 people that I send an email to, and maybe they see it, maybe they don't, and then it's weird because we just do this ask for money, and then there's not a connection, and we want to change all of that. We've been really listening to parents, really hearing you, and want to shift that. So there'll be this top 10. Then there's a top 10 others. So parents will be on that list. Buddy parents will be on that list. PFO alum for returning teens who are really, want to have that. Siblings, teen friends, right? So that's sort of their other 10. So we've got really their top 20. With the journey groups, the very first thing is that they're going to receive a thank you note in the mail. First thing. There'll be no ask this year. No ask. So they'll receive a thank you note from the teen, handwritten note, about why they're grateful for that person. You were important in my life because you taught me blank. And we're going to talk with them about how do you do that? How do you show gratitude to somebody? How do you write a thank you note, right? How many of us write thank you notes anymore? Not so many. Probably in this room, maybe many. Teens are like, what? Can I just text them? No, you can't just text them. You can. Anyway, so that's the very first thing that they're going to get. And they're going to get it in a handmade envelope that is hand addressed. Then the second thing is a little bit later, about a week later, they're going to receive a map. So when you go to Carowinds and you get the park map, or you go to Disney or whatever, Emily Yu, one of our alumni teams, who's an amazing illustrator, is actually illustrating the PFO season on a map. So you can go through and it'll be like the meet, and I'm going to show you some examples in a second, the Meet Your Buddy event, and there's like a little picture of teens and buddies together. And then you go through and it's like Night of Gratitude, and then you go through and it has all the arts experiences. So people can see the whole year like on this map. How cool is that? I'm just saying. I'm so excited about it. So they're going to receive the map. On the back of the map, it'll say if you want to experience PFO in action, in performance, and in service. Because that's what we do. You can see us in action, like Festival in the Park, or coming to a dinner at Cafe Monte. You can see us in performance. I mean, you know, there's a variety of performances. Or you can see us in service. So if people want to come and volunteer at a buddy event, then we now have the staff to be able to do that, which we're really excited about. So they'll get a map in the mail. They'll get a magnet, so they can put it on their fridge right away. Super smart. And a letter asking if those people will join their journey. The team will follow up with those people. We want 10 people who are opting in, saying, yes, I want to be on that journey. We don't want to just send out a bunch of random, and maybe they look at it, maybe they don't. We want to be really intentional this year. So they will get people to opt into their journey, those 10. Then finally, that's when they receive the email. When they reply, they confirm that they're in the journey group. And so now we have our group, our 840 or however many it ends up being map. I want to show you the map's next slide, so I'm really excited about it. So that's how that's going to work. This is an example. This isn't the actual map. This is a map from somewhere else. But this is what it would be like, only the PFO version. So you know what I mean? Like everybody, you've seen maps like this. So Emily, and of course our version is going to be a little bit stylistically different. This is younger. Ours is going to be a little bit older. So Emily, you've been drafting. This is the very beginning of her sketches. And they're obviously not colored in yet, just the beginning so you can sort of see where it's going. She has actually taken pictures of teens in PFO and is illustrating them. So this is Libby Bridges. She ended up as the one chosen for this will be the visual art experience. I think it's Coleman, and I can't remember who that is. There's Zaria, and I can't remember who that is, but that's Molly, their buddy. So it'll be this style, but in the map form, if that makes sense. It'll be really cool. So she is working on doing that. Then our website, where it is now, is about to elevate like 10 notches, y'all. I mean, like big time. So on every individual page, teens will have a blog. So on the blog page, they will blog after every single event, 8 to 10 sentences, short and sweet. That blog will go onto a spreadsheet that we will have editors edit, so they won't have access straight online. So we'll be able to make sure that grammar and all that content. And then it'll go up there, and then we'll also pull pictures from the event. So at any point, you can go on and you literally can see your team's journey. And one of the sessions this week is about how to blog and what to say. I think it's gonna be great. And then of course add pictures to it. And then Journey Group members will receive 2 communications a month. They'll receive one from the team that's check out my blog. I've been to 30 PFO events. I mean, there's not 30, but I've been to these events this month. And upcoming PFO events if there's opportunities to volunteer or attend an event. And then the second one will come from the organization, and Ben is doing a monthly newscast. So it'll be like, PFO news. I don't really know yet. He's on that. So that's that. Okay. Product release. So at Festival in the Park, which is September 19, 2021, we are going to be releasing our products from this season. Or from this past season. We've learned a lot, and we finally have found printers that are affordable and fantastic, and it's good. So what I am very pleased to show you is, this is not the final version, but this is the design. It's not been sent in yet, but this is what and it'll be hardback, and it'll be a little different. This is going to be the coffee table book, Changing Charlotte. And throughout, this is just so you guys can see it. So for example, each chapter has an opening page that was the teens' photography from last year. And then there are, and I will leave this out so you can look at it if you'd like to. Then there's who are they, what are they, the founder's story, a client story, and then the slam poetry from last year is in there as well. Which is really cool. So all of that, there's friendship gardens. And then of course there's a profile page on each team.